How you guys doing? This is another round of Hollywood podcast in my car edition. Now you guys know I don't normally do these kind of video, but I only do it when I absolutely have to say something. Alright, I just want to talk about something that's really on my chest right now. But before I talk about it, make sure you subscribe me on BitChute, follow me on BitChute, follow me on Minds.com, Twitter, and Gab.com. Most importantly, I just want you guys to know that I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be on YouTube. I'm riding it until the wheel fall off. So YouTube is going some banning and censoring people. So you can find me on BitChute and Minds.com. On that note, guys, let's get to the video. In this episode, I want to talk about the difference between wants and need. America, all right, to put in this sense, during the 2016 election, right, America want Crooked Hillary to be in office, right? But what they don't know is that they needed Donald Trump, right? That's the thing with liberals America right now. The liberals want Crooked Hillary, but they don't understand that they need Donald Trump, right? It's easy to say or lie to the people that will give you free health care, free education, free this and that and that and that. That's wanted. People want to hear that. Right? But the thing is, people do not want to hear the truth. The truth of the matter is that we can't afford these stuff. America are not in a situation where they can't give this thing handout, give all these handouts. All right? And that's what the people don't understand. They don't understand the difference between wants and needs. All right? There's a really big difference between wants and need. They want free this and want free that, but they don't understand that they need a person like Donald Trump telling them we can't afford this when the nation is not in a situation to give all these stuff. It's not realistic, all right? All right. There's a reason why you see Donald Trump in every one of his rally. He ended his rally. I don't know if you guys noticed this, right? In every Donald Trump rally, almost all of his rally, he ended on the song "You Can't Always Get What You Want" by the Rolling Stone. All right? And the famous line is said from the lyric, it said, "You can't always get what you want, but if you try, you'll find sometime that you'll get what you need." That's basically a metaphor telling the people, yeah, you might not want this and that, but you need this. We need Donald Trump. All right? Sometimes the truth is a bitter pill to swallow. Let me put in that situations. All right? It's easy to swallow lies, but the truth is hard to understand. All right? People aren't willing to hear the truth. People aren't willing to hear the flaws of their nature, their ways. That's why they rather prefer to be lied to. They love being lied to. All right? And Donald Trump is that example that we need in America right now. Cut through the BS and tell us what's wrong with America. These Democrats are not willing to do that. They keep pandering to people, and people keep falling for it. All right? They keep falling for the shenanigans, and that's not what we don't need right now. The nation is in a state of emergency. We can't afford all these excess people coming in our country. All right? If you can't figure out how to take care of our own people. All right? We don't need this right now. We don't need this globalism. We don't need this insanity that the left is perpetrating right now. Right? And that's the difference between the left and conservative. The left, they don't think in the moment. That's the difference between the conservative. Conservative like to think about what they need. All right, they need this. They need to save money. They can't spend it on this and that. This is why conservative. There's hardly any example where conservative are in a position where they have to go homeless. Right? I'm not saying there's any, but I'm saying there's hardly any of them. Right? The difference between conservative and liberal is that when a conservative had to go bankrupt, had to go broke, it's because he uses his money to invest. He uses his money to better himself off for the future. What the difference between a liberal is that they use the money to enjoy for the moment. They don't think about the future. They don't like to think about the future. And look what happened when they fall into a situation where they have to be homeless. Majority of these people don't have a game plan. Not the Republican, the conservative, they have the game plan. Don't spend what you don't need. Don't spend money on what you don't need. Right? Spend everything that what you need. Right? Don't buy all these big houses, 10-room houses when you're just only a single person. Right? That's excessive. Right? Don't buy a $100,000 car when you just only need it to go point A to point B, right? I'm not saying don't buy it at all. I'm just saying if you're not in position to spend all this money, then maybe you shouldn't, right? But when you do get into position, yes, you could spend all this money, all right? Because you have the funds, all right? Why there aren't hardly any example of any conservative going through this in the homeless community, all right? Why there aren't any conservative going through all these hard time, right? Because they not plan their money. I'm not saying that there aren't conservative that's how do I say this? That irresponsible, right? There's some of them are irresponsible, but they're not true conservative, right? But the people right now, they need the President Trump, right? He's gonna put us in the right directions, right? And people need to understand. I hate using that phrase. People need to understand. People will realize that without Donald Trump, they will be in a worse situation than they are with Crooked Hillary. And that's what I gotta say. I understand. I hate using that word again. Understand. Comprehend that there's a difference between wants and needs. And know what you want, know what you need before getting what you want. All right? You need to save money. All right? If you don't save money, you'll be in a slum, you'll be in the street like all these homeless people. All right? I'm not saying that all these people are in this situation is because they don't save their money. Maybe it's because they in some kind of financial burden, but you know, the point of this, what I'm trying to say is that prepare yourself, right? You can't just be negligent of the future. You have to think about the future. Sure, people said we live a short life, but that doesn't negate the fact that you have to be prepared as well, all right? And you just can't be spending money frivolously. All like these young kids. That's what they're doing right now. They get all the stuff that they want, but they don't think about the stuff that they need. All right? You need a house. You need some kind of form to go work, some kind of transportation to go work. You need several pieces of article of clothing. You don't need a wardrobe full of clothes that you would never wear. Minimize the lifestyle. You'll be happier. All right? But I just want to make this point of this video that people need to understand that they need to know what their wants and needs. Sometimes you might not understand it, but sometimes you'll find that you really need it. Right? Like the song said, you don't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you'll find that you'll get what you need. Right? There's a difference. Understand that. Wants and needs. You want the boats, you want these houses, you want these mansions, but do you really need it? All right. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses is not you. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else's. Compare yourself to yourself. Stop comparing yourself. Oh, just because Steve have a 6-figure job, you don't know what type of situation Steve is in. All right. Maybe he's stressed up to his eyeballs. All right, because of the high salary job. And maybe that job isn't right for you. Maybe it's better off for you to have a different job. All right? It's just something aren't made for some people, right? Some things, and people don't understand what kind of situation other people are in because they have to live up to this lifestyle. Right? Oh, Eric got a Tesla, but what have he done to get the Tesla? You don't know he's pulling a loan, having debt up to his eyeball, right? While you just only have a car that you need to go point A to point B. But the thing is, you know what? You're not in debt. You don't want to be in debt. All right? You still have more freedom. You have more. If you're not in debt, you have more freedom than Eric with the Tesla, who pulled out a loan to get his car. He have less freedom. He's bound by his job to pay out the car note. All right, but I'll leave it at that. All right, I digress. But people must comprehend that there's a difference between wants and need. And I don't know, guys. I'll end it from here. And if you guys like what you want, like what you hear, and like what I'm doing, please like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe on YouTube, because when you subscribe, it tells me that people are actually listening and actually watching, and encourage me to make more videos every day. Because of that, I'm not taking any donations. I want to see the world prospers. I want to see the world betters themselves off. I want to see people question more. I want to see people think. Right? People are not thinking these days. Right? They like the politician to think for them, and people aren't getting into they don't like to get into politics. But you know what? Sometimes you have to get into politics, because politics actually control your life. If you don't get in politics, politics will control you. All right, and we have to get to politics. We have to get into politics so we could control politics, so it won't go out of hand. This is why it's so important that people actually pay attention to the surroundings. All right, it actually affects you. You just can't say, "Oh, I won't vote" and all that stuff. You have to do something. You just can't stand there. All right, I don't know, guys. I thank you for watching. This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. My name's Stefan, and I'm signing out. Peace.